Goodbye. I'm done. I can't see. Need to go.
Welcome everyone to the social van. Feeling Kyle sick of the bullshit. So here they are, reppin' C+, ready to turn every podcast to dust. So sit down and shut the fuck up, cause when in doubt, fuck your couch. Welcome everybody to the social vent. Yeah!
First, so it's dangerous to podcast and drive.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what we do.
Shit. Hey, you know about those rules? Fuck them.
Exactly. Accidents, fuck them. Just take it.
You know what? It was worth it. You need that sweet, sweet content.
Anyway, anyhow.
Oh,
Alright.
Man, it sucks driving up here.
Yeah, it does. Especially up the hill. Because you're like trying to floor it, and like, especially when traffic is fucking crazy and people are just driving all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, that's one thing I've noticed living in Phoenix, man. It's like, you cannot drive fast in this town. And I think that's why everyone, like, so we get, like, the Flagstaff 15-minute, where it's like, oh, man, I gotta go to the mall. Fuck, that's like 15 minutes away.
I know.
And it's not that far. It's like 2 miles, but it takes forever to get there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, like, Phoenix, like, oh, 15 minutes? Fuck, that's a breeze. I'm listening to, like, 2 songs. I'm there.
Alright, we're on.
Alright, let's get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and the place to be. We have a special podcast today for you, and we have a special guest. Introduce yourself, my good sir.
Yo, it's your boy Stephan. Sometimes you'll see me talk shit on the internet as Biff Meat Slab. Part of Team B. Fucking video production out of Flag, Arizona, I guess, since I'm in Phoenix now. Old school, C+, homie. You know what the deal is.
Yes, and as we always refer to you as our number one fan.
Oh, I'm like number 2 at best.
Oh, you're number one. You've been there since the beginning, like when we were.
You're a SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud.
Yeah, that shit was,
the
old school.
That's old school. We don't have a SoundCloud no more. I got rid of that shit.
Dude, it's hard. I think they know their audience, and it's not really podcast people.
Yeah, and the thing too is like, you have to go buy.
Yeah, you have to buy space.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck? And we go through Buzzsprout, and it's $18 a month, but it's unlimited.
Yo, shout out to Buzzsprout if they want to sponsor this podcast.
Oh, we've asked.
Well, now you got another voice.
Well, we got, yeah. Phil's gonna slap me. Big Daddy's gonna slap me. Our sponsor is Shudder.
Yay.
SHUDDER. Go to shudder.com/podcast. Use that special promo code C+. You get 30 free days on us. And it's awesome. It's the number one horror app, and it's run by AMC. They sponsor us, and they power us, and they've been our only sponsor for the moment, but we'll have more.
I've used that code. I can testify. Shudder is the shit. I love the shit out of Shudder.
Shudder shit. Love that Shudder shit.
Hell yeah. I've been listening to another podcast by 2 horror directors, and they just got picked up by Fangoria. But both those guys have a bunch of stuff on Shudder, and they're excellent filmmakers. Hilarious, insightful. Yeah, all the shit's on Shudder. Go fucking check that shit out already.
Yeah, Shudder's awesome, man. I use it. We use it all the time in my house. What is it called?
You gotta watch
Joe Bob.
Oh, I just saw Joe Bob last week.
I know. I was jealous. I saw your post. I was like, oh, he's gonna see Joe Bob.
I saw Darcy's tits in real life.
I am even more jealous.
Oh, she follows me on Twitter. How weird is that?
Really?
Yeah. I wrote a tweet to Joe Bob, and she like checks all Joe Bob's tweets.
Yeah.
And she follows people back. You're like, oh, well, if you're kind of like the mutant family, whatever. Oh, they took down that Black Orchid sticker.
Yeah.
Those fuckers. There used to be a Black Orchid sticker on that light post for like years.
There's a C plus one out here that I put. I don't know where it's at, though.
I think our marketing team for that was our bassist Matt paid like homeless people money, and they give them a bunch of stickers and like just go fucking vandalize.
That is fucking genius. Oh my god, I'm gonna go find a bum right now. Be like,
I'm not saying it's ethical, but it got the job done.
I'm gonna be like, here's a 12-pack. Do me proud.
Yeah, let it rip, Skip.
I want to see those stickers everywhere.
Yeah, dog. Like, you want a job? I got you, dude.
Oh my god, that is brilliant. I'm like, my brain is like, oh shit, you're right. You could just pay a bum and be like, hey.
And I mean, look, you're in Flagstaff. They're not hard to come by.
No, they're not hard to come by. I work at a gas station, so I get a lot of them, man.
They all got their stories.
So how have you been?
Oh, dude, it's been pretty damn good. I feel like I've been on the upswing lately.
Good.
It's like it's like last time I was up here was for the end of Game of Thrones, and my fucking car died on the way back home, which sucked. It was a huge, huge stress, but it was like, hey, on the bright side, now I got a new car.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I love driving that thing. Plus, I'm like the only millennial I know with a fucking convertible. And it's like, oh, I see why all the baby boomers bought one of these. They're fucking cool.
Yeah, when it's hot.
Oh, yeah, dude. Pop the top down, hit up the 101, turn up the surf rock, you feel like you're fucking...
Yeah.
Selling, baby. Yeah, we even... just cruising down to, like, Safeway. We're like, oh, this is respectable. This is the way I like living life. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, that convertible would be nice up here. Shit.
Oh, yeah, dude. Take it, get like a weekend off, go cruise down the switchbacks to Sedona or something.
Oh, man. I haven't been down to Sedona in, like, years. I think last time I was down in Sedona was when I worked at Harkins.
Wow, man. That was a minute.
That was a minute ago, so, damn. Yeah, that was the last time I've been to Harkins. Sedona was back then. But,
it's a whole different... That's like a lateral move in terms of, like... All your frustrations with Flagstaff, it's just like, oh, Sedona.
Or Harkins.
Yeah, or Harkins, yeah. Dude, I hardly ever go to a Harkins. Since I have an AMC that's close, and it has the Dolby Cinema, which, like, the Cine 1 is almost comparable, but, like, the Dolby Cinema is absolutely... It's like an IMAX screen, but it's way brighter, more colorful. Your fucking seats vibrate when the bass gets loud.
Oh.
So it's a $20 ticket, but it's worth it. And AMC has that, like... $20 a month program where you can see like 3 movies per week for a month, so you can see like 15 movies
for $20 a month.
Yeah, and it also there's no limits on it, so it pays for itself if you go see one Dolby Cinema movie. So if you go see a Dolby Cinema movie every weekend, it's paid for itself like 4 times over.
Oh my god, dude!
So,
the fuck, Harkins?
I know, it's like, come on,
god damn it.
Like, I understand you're the only game in town, so you have no incentive to do better, but, like, fucking the theater game is smoking. Right?
Yeah, well, shit.
And I go see, like, Alamo Drafthouse is my fucking jam now. Like, there's...
Dude, I've been seeing that on your timeline, and I'm like, what is that?
It's my church. Dude, it's like they are anxious for you to, like, to tattle on your, fellow theater goers if they're too noisy or talking or whatever.
Yeah.
Then they're like, just write a note, because it's a full service like restaurant and bar. So like you can write like
you can watch movies?
Yeah. So you get like drinks as much as you want. You get like full food, brought to you out of the kitchen, and food's really good. Yeah. But yeah, they're like, hey, if your neighbors are being noisy, we'll fucking kick them out. They get one warning and then they kicked out with no refund.
Whoa. They want you to be snitches, huh?
Yeah, and and then they do stuff like Joe Bob Briggs, like, and then even, like, 2 months ago, I saw Phantasm with Don Coscarelli. The director was in the audience, and he did a Q&A after.
Oh my god, that is awesome.
And then, like, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna go see, they're doing a UHF, like the Weird Al movie. Yeah, they're doing that, so, like, come in like Hawaiian
explain
shirt.
That to me? I know that movie very well.
They want you to bring a spatula and everything. Like,
yes!
So it's like, all the shit that would be fucking cool that you should do in Flagstaff, they're not doing it.
Are they going to serve hot dog Twinkies?
I wouldn't put it past them. I went and saw The Dead Don't Die. And they had coffee and donuts, and then they gave us a copy of the CD that was actually in the movie.
The Dead Don't Die, that's a new one, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
It's, it falls in the realm of, like, movies that are, like, critical failures, but... They're like, people who are like cinephiles are gonna love it. So it's a movie for people who like movies.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like Terrifier. There's a lot of people that I've run across. I'm like, hey, did you see Art the Clown and Terrifier? Like, movie's stupid. I'm like, fuck you. You don't know gore or horror. Like, this is all that 80s cheese, but it's not 80s.
Yeah.
You've seen Terrifier, right?
I have not.
You have not seen Terrifier? Oh my god, you have to.
Is it on Shudder?
Yeah, it's on. No, it's not on Shudder.
Oh,
It's on the that one with the N. Yeah. That was Shudder.
I'm part of a crew of pirates that's very exclusive, so I can find it. I promise you.
Yeah, Terrifier. It's
Okay, well, I mean, shit, maybe I'll watch this weekend.
Art the Clown, and
It's like a Rob Zombie kind of thing?
no, it's about we haven't had a horror icon in a long time, like a recent one. So this movie's it came out very soft.
Okay.
And like nobody knew about this movie. Then it finally went on Netflix, and goddamn, boom, blows up. Everybody knows Terrifier. Everyone's a huge fan of Art the Clown and whatnot. Art the Clown's this killer in the movie, and he appeared in a short movie called All Hallows Eve.
Okay.
And he had another little short called Terrifier, but then he actually got a movie. And the first time around, they only got 29% on Moviegogo or Indiegogo or whatever. And they just announced the second one, and he got funded in 24 hours and then some.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, for part 2.
That's kind of like my buddy Thomas that I do Team B with, and we started off as like a YouTube channel, kind of on like the cusp of like before YouTube got like totally fucked.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of friends who have like really big channels, but like our thing was always to be like cinematic. And like on my personal channel, I've been working on getting cinematic stuff. Like I shoot cinematic footage on my cell phone because you can dial in the specs to actually be able to do that.
Yeah.
But Thomas and I are working on kind of like that, where we have a pantheon of like horror movie, like slasher B movie villains, and we're gonna make a short film in a couple of years, and then we're gonna make a feature length off of that too.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm actually writing a movie right now. I've been writing this movie for years. I started writing when I started at a gas station. It's called Ghost Pizza.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about this dude named Roach, which I turned into a chick.
Okay.
This chick named Roach, and she's a major fucking stoner. Like I miss stoner comedies. So that was one of the reasons behind this. And her friend is a ghost. His name's Belitz. And they work and she works at this restaurant, and her goal is she wants to own it,
Okay.
And because she knows the guy that owns it is dying and whatnot, and but it's a very successful business restaurant. But then you find out that the restaurant's actually possessed, and it was actually the owner made a deal with the actual devil to make his pizza restaurant popular. Okay. So when he dies,
the contract has been fulfilled.
Yeah. So and then like
that'd be a funny like anti-comedy where it's like it just turns into like a drama about like running a business in a small town. And you're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
We used to have a successful business. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So then basically the stoners get together, and they like the ghost and the chick, and they fight ghosts out of this pizza restaurant. And I was thinking of calling the restaurant Half Baked.
Yeah.
I want a lot of
sort of like a trauma kind of thing.
Yeah,
like so on the nose.
Yeah, just like stoner references everywhere. I don't give a fuck. Just put them everywhere.
Yeah, you might as well just go full bore for it, man.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god, I used to work with him. You fucker.
Well, now
that dude's a shithead.
Yeah,
dude. So I like a couple years ago, I got like really into like learning how to barbecue like on a smoker and everything. And I was like, it's when I was working at Print, so the manufacturing facility.
Yeah,
and I was like, yo, I want to make this, because like potlucks are a big thing with companies that like are gas stations.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, everybody throw down $5. I'll buy this pork shoulder, smoke it, and make smoked pulled pork mac and cheese, like from scratch. Don't even bring lunch. I'll cater it. I'll do the whole thing. And I left it out, and he's like the janitor. Fucking helped himself while everyone else threw in $5. And he's just like, oh, big portions. Like, oh, I guess I'll just take it for me.
Oh, you fucking cocksucker.
Vulture, dude.
Dude, that would fucking... I'll be like, look here, bitch.
Yeah, that was like $50 of like food. And probably 20 hours of like effort put into cooking it.
Oh my god, I would be so mad. I'd be like,
fucking livid.
I'm like, look here, dickhead. I'm gonna kick you right in the nuts. You're gonna just take it. Then you're gonna pay me after I kick you in the nuts.
And if I can gossip here for a second, I heard he started off working on the floor in manufacturing, like everyone there does.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is too much work for me. So they made him the janitor out of pity. Like, man, you are pathetic. Like, I will try to be sympathetic if I, like, heard your whole story or whatever, but it's like, you seem like a genuine piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm really not sympathetic at all. I used to be. I used to be like, I love people and I want to help humanity. And now I'm just like,
over.
I'm like, fuck people, man. There's too many goddamn idiots out there, and too many people are too sensitive. That's another thing too. Like, it's just like you can't say shit without, like, we get in trouble all the time. Like me and Phil and Jimbo, like,
I think there's a certain poeticness of like, I guess to play devil's advocate, where it's like, yo, all these like snowflakes, fucking, you gotta watch your mouth, and it's like, people just getting outraged, and it's like, aren't you kind of outraged by saying other people are outraged? It's like kind of cyclical, you know?
Yeah, it's just so
fucking robots.
Yeah, dude, I feed those things,
dude. Someone needs to like.
No, if someone's already put a dildo on them,
that's what I'm saying. Them. Like, it's gonna be a frat thing. Believe it. So they're gonna fill it full of cum.
God.
Just
don't say that. Don't say I work with those
fucking coagulated, chunky 20-year-old boy cum.
That's where I quit because I load those goddamn things all the time, and I'm like,
no.
Just if opening one, I'm like, huh.
It'll be like, is that glue? Oh no.
I'm just gonna put food in there and be like, I'll just let it soak in.
I don't know what happened. Someone else intercepted it. I don't get paid enough for this shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying about the snowflake things. Like we've never even used that term.
Oh, I know. It's such a like.
We used to say punk ass bitches. Like,
yeah, that's fine. Like, it's funny how like terms have like a certain expiration on them, and that's kind of one of them. Or it's like it's one of those terms that was like born out of necessity. It's like I'm projecting here, you know, but like. You can imagine like people who just like watch a lot of like Fox News, and it's just like the outrage machine, the echo chamber of like goofy people on Facebook who are like talking to each other. They want to feel special, so they're like, we need to like throw other people under the bus. We
need to use our own slang. Because I remember when snowflakes became a thing, and I was like, snowflakes? What the fuck is that? And I was like, oh. The first thing that came out, I was like, pussies? You know what I mean? Like,
sure. I'm fucking Jack Frost in this bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I'm a snowflake? Hell no, I'm like 18 trillion snowflakes.
God damn it, man. I cry at every goddamn movie I see, so.
Hey, man, that's fine. Look, you are a full, well-adjusted person if you're able to fully embrace all your emotions.
Exactly. Hey, did you watch Toy Story 4?
No, not yet.
Oh, dude.
We're gonna go see Midsommar tomorrow.
Nice. I wanted to see that too.
Did you see Hereditary?
Not yet.
Dude, horror. As far as horror films are concerned, I would say that was the best of the last probably 5 years. Like, that one was like genuinely upsetting, and like I haven't seen a movie that does that in a long time. Where like you get that like anti-good feeling movie. It's like an ick. Like, oh, I need to take a shower to like get that movie off of me.
Yeah.
If you can do that in a film, and like the guy who directed it is our age.
Oh, okay.
It's his first feature, and it was like, you fucking knocked it out of the park, and it was hands down one of the best fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I believe you too. Like I've seen your reviews for movies, and I'm like, yeah, we're pretty much on the same level.
Yeah.
Isn't there one we disagreed on though, like Us? Because I hated Us.
I liked it. I wasn't in love with it.
Yeah, I like the concept went too fucking far of like, okay, well, now you're just being too smart for your own fucking good. Like,
yeah, I think maybe it'd be one of those things that works better on paper, you know, or it's like maybe if it was a novel, it would have been like more. You could have had more time to kind of develop all the ideas, and like all the abstract stuff would have made more sense in a literary form as opposed to a visual form.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it was good, and I think if you're into, like, cerebral thrillers, there's more of a thriller than a horror.
Yeah, and, you know, I wish, though, like, I would say spoilers, but at this point it's on fucking Blu-ray, so, you know...
I've already seen it, or you're not going to see it.
Yeah, I thought what they were going to do was remember how they were saying they're shadows of ourselves and they're down there and they
like
they
your
mimic
evil
whatever
doppelganger.
your doppelganger. I thought it was actual like magic demented, like these are our shadows, like what we see like here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the other side saying, fuck you, I want out of the dark and stuff like that. That's what I wanted. I was like, oh, that would be so fucking metal. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, it's this facility and
You wanna swing by the Wind Dizzles? I got a craving for some chicken nuggets.
Oh.
Or, hey, we could split a diet Red Bull or like a Gatorade or something.
You getting thirsty?
Yeah, a little bit. All this talking. Plus,
talking.
I got some presents to give Kyle. I was gonna give to everybody. But
Yeah,
if you don't participate, you don't get the gifts.
Yeah, exactly. Hear that, Big Daddy? Hear that, Jimbo? Yeah, Jimbo's been so busy with school. Oh my goodness.
Is he back at
Yeah, he's at CCC right now, and Big Daddy, he's doing these overnights, and
Yeah.
he's just.
Well, hey man, when you live in Flagstaff, you got to do the grind. You're really at the mercy of your employer.
Oh yeah.
Other commitments,
Yeah, I got two employers. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So, all right. We're at the windows. Oh.
Man, with all this money, they like redid the whole building. They should fix that. All these like bottom out corners,
I know, dude. I haven't been. It's been a long time since I even been over here. Cause
I fucking opened up Raising Cane's here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
But so now I use their recipe whenever I make chicken tenders at home.
Alright, we're gonna be right back. There we go. We're back, we got our drinks.
Hell yeah, we are hydrated as fuck in this bitch.
And I got some movies.
Hell yeah, you got some good ones, boy.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch. Because, with the pop flicks, with flicks and everything like that, we try to get out there. And one we did was a Chopping Mall.
Oh. That was, they just showed that at the Alamo Draft House.
Did they?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
It's cool because they do it for like $6.
That's not bad at all.
Nah,
Dude,
it's fine.
I want hardcore cheese, man. Like hardcore horror cheese. Like I'm so into slasher flicks. So.
Have you seen? It's on Shudder, but Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Yes.
So good.
It's so good, dude.
And it's consistently good. Like, a lot of those movies drag right in the middle. It's like they start off fine, and then maybe you get a chuckle at the end. It's the whole way through. I'm totally engaged.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm in love. Like, fucking in love with slasher films. So, like, when I used to go to the video store, man, I used to, like, get the VHSs because it's like, Slumber Party Massacre 2.
Yeah.
Then our Black Christmas or My Bloody Valentine and shit like that.
Those are those movies, man. I can remember, like, they're all, like, on the bottom shelf of, like, the rental store, and they've been sitting in the sun for, like, years, so the cover's all, like, sun bleached. You're like, what is this? It's like crummy old tape. And then now, like, oh, that's my shit. I'm all about that now.
Oh, yeah. That's why Shudder's awesome, dude. Like, I'm finding, like, shit. I'm like, oh, dude, there's a movie I watched in there. Have you seen Wolf Cop?
Right, yeah. It was on the last drive-in.
Oh, dude, Wolf Cop's awesome.
Yeah. Have you seen, did you watch Deathgasm?
Yes.
Oh, so good.
But, Roland, you said you had some questions, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, just
to spice things
more
up.
like open-ended kind of, philosophy, kind of like lighthearted, get to know you.
Ah, okay. Let's do this.
Okay, so feel free to expound as much as you want. So it's the 4th of July weekend. What's your ideal grilled food and mixed drink pairing, and what dessert to finish? Because I'm a slut for food questions.
Oh, I love food questions. So what's the grill? I like a steak. I like a nice steak, seasoned. Especially the way my dad does it. He
do you like a sirloin or a New York strip?
Sirloin. What my dad does, he marinates it overnight.
Oh, okay.
And then he throws it on the grill, and oh my god, it's heaven. Then of course for my sides, man, mashed potato. Oh, I mean not mashed potatoes. Potato salad.
Okay.
Done right.
Mm-hmm.
Not that store-bought shit.
No. Not like it takes a whole lot of effort to make.
No, but some people make it an effort, man. That and corn on the cob. I have to have corn.
Love me some corn.
Yeah, I love me some corn, boy. Cornhole.
Hell yeah, those are all good. You like boiled corn or you like grilled?
I like grilled corn.
Hell yeah, grilled.
Or roasted corn, man.
Yeah.
Well, there's a thing they used to do on the res, which was fucking crazy. Is like we would not shuck them, but we would like get a bunch of corn and whatnot, take them off the, because my grandpa grew a lot of corn, and we would take this big fucking pit and then get a bunch of charcoal and put it underneath, and then I know, right? Put the phone down.
Yeah, I'll hold it.
All right. Yeah, then and we would dig and we put like charcoal underneath and all this and that. Then we would put the corn on top of it. Then we would bury the corn.
Okay.
And let it roast. And oh my god, dude. Oh.
They do that. That's good for like I know like certain countries, like certain like ethnic groups, they'll do that with like a tough cut of meat, like a real sturdy like work animal, and they need, it's like survival food basically. You want to make like pulled shoulder or something. You want to make like a brisket.
Oh yeah, dude. I've seen somewhere like I'm cooking this brisket underground. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they pull it out and it's all nice.
Oh, it's all super tender.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's fucking great.
Dude, slow food is like my favorite food. It's because it's like the amount of like effort that goes into it,
Yeah. But yeah, those would be my sides, man. Like.
What about your dessert?
My dessert? I'm not a big dessert guy, but if I had to go with something, ice cream.
Yeah.
Or, no, fuck that. I'll scratch that. Throw it out to the fucking side. If I had to tell you what, it would be Otter Pops.
Hell yeah.
All day, every day on the Otter Pops, man.
Alright, let's see what else we got here. Right. Okay. Alright, so when did you realize you had a knack for music, writing, entertainment, and what motivated you to keep doing better? And a quote from Twin Peaks is, "Achievement is its own reward. Pride obscures that."
Oh man, I like how we switch things up. You're asking me questions. I like this a lot. I feel like I'm being interviewed on my own show.
I mean, hey, it's like we know your personality, but how much do we really know about Kylie? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. When did I know I was going to entertain? My entire life. I was always drawn to movies, like movies and TV shows, and I've always wanted to be an actor, and I've already have a big personality. I'm not shy one fucking bit.
You really... I mean, I guess you can be as an entertainer, but I think certainly there's a bit of voyeurism with it. If that's kind of your personality, or like you're shy and introverted, and like you kind of want to explore letting that out.
Yeah.
It's like usually entertainment's the vessel to do that. Like you see a lot of like stand-up comedians or like musicians who like want to get out there, and it's like even like me, where people are like, you play drums in Black Orchid? You do like all that crazy shit? You're like the most like mellow guy.
Yeah, you know, for me, like I used to be wasn't really a true one, but I was an Elvis impersonator when I was a kid, and I used to like sing Elvis songs and at little parties and whatnot. My mom made my outfits and stuff like that. I was really into Elvis, and I just fell in love with entertaining people.
Yeah.
The music thing came about, like I was always a huge Elvis fan, and then my uncle, DJ Reflection, who's down in Phoenix, he was the one that made me like fall in love with hip hop, and like my love for hip hop just grew more and more and more and more. Mm-hmm. And then I found ICP, and then like it all just fell into a fucking basket, and I was like, oh, I'm a juggalo.
Yeah.
I like juggalo music, and I think the aspect of it is like, oh, wicked shit, horror, that's a music genre, and then I fell in love with the aspect of storytelling. So then when I started like rapping hardcore and like making music and stuff like that, I would just go down to the local flea market down in Shiprock, New Mexico, slang CDs as much as I can. Mm-hmm. I'd be $5. Fuck you. $4. Fuck you. $3. Fuck you. Fucking just take it.
Man, fucking I'll pay you.
I'll give you $1. Fuck.
I've done that once.
And they're like, okay. Then they'll take it. And what was so funny is when I started doing music, all my albums were just based. I could have got sued up the ass. Like my first.
They're all like copyrighted beats.
No. Well, that too.
Anyways, we're not going to talk about that.
My first album was called Arkham Asylum.
Oh, okay. So copyright on the name.
Yeah. Then
well, I mean, if you're not selling it, well, you were selling it.
Yeah, I was selling it.
It's fine if you give it away. It's fine.
Yeah, then, like, the next album was called Deadpool.
Yeah.
And, like,
Well, put a space in there.
Yeah.
Or like a hyphen or something.
Yeah, and that's what it was, though. It was like, they weren't, do you know what the fucked up thing was? The album didn't match the name whatsoever. Like, there was no concept to it. It was like,
No, it just sounds cool, right?
Yeah, Arkham Asylum. That sounds like an album. Let's just put it on there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna call the album Deadpool. Why? I don't know. It was before I even understood why people had names for albums and stuff. So I just picked shit that was cool to me.
Yeah.
And I remember when I did one called Apocalypse, and someone's like, "Oh man, is it because blah blah the Rainy Chair?" I was like, "No, X-Men."
This is the way I used to go to work when I worked at Gore.
Oh yeah.
Because my plant was the first one on the corner here.
But what's it called? Yeah, and then after that, I kind of grew up. No, I haven't grown out. I still do music. I still want to do music.
It's just more refined.
Yeah, and then I discovered podcasting, and then vlogging was very new. Like the vlogging thing kind of happened by accident. Somebody was like, "Oh, I like when you tell stories," and I was like, "Well, I can do that on the podcast." And then they're like, "You should do a vlog," and I was like, "A vlog?
Yeah.
Fuck's a vlog?" And then I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's sort of like a diary in a sense." And
At least a Frank all up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. And then all of a sudden I was like, not many people see the positive side of juggalos. Not the inside the community, we all see the positivity.
Yeah.
But on the outside, people look it in, they're always like, "Oh, those juggalos, the gang members, And then I was just like, I'm gonna do something like that.
You can keep going.
Oh yeah.
That's my plant.
Oh, nice. Yeah, but that was the goal. It was like, I want to spread positivity.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, my manager, Colin, he's just like, "Why don't you review albums?" I was like, "Review albums?" Mm-hmm. And he goes,
People, you want to try it before you buy it. Like, a lot of people like putting their opinion out there.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, shit. And my rule of thumb, though, because he's like Mr. Instigator sometimes. He's like, "Oh, you should listen to this person. This person's fucking awful. And, you should shit on them and this and that." And I was just like, I don't
keep
want...
going.
Can I?
Yeah, it meets back up.
Okay. I was like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to shit on somebody's dream. Ever. Like, even...
Yeah,
Good.
Man, there is like a certain group of people like on YouTube who do like angry rants or whatever, and it's usually like games and it's like nerds, and it's like a lot of people I think are really eager to put their 2 cents into like the collective consciousness of the internet and be like, "Hey, I'm a valued reviewer or whatever."
Yeah.
But it's like they're not being like critical, and I think there is like a certain art to actually having like if you think of someone like Anthony Fantano, who is like the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's like he's reviewed some of my favorite records and gave me like a shitty review. I'm like, "You're a fucking dumbass, dude. Like, that record was great," but he's articulate. He'll like express like, "This is why I felt this way." But I think people who just like do things with like the angry perspective, it's like I don't think at their core they know that they have a lot to offer, and so like that's their way of putting it in. It's like, "Oh, if I just get angry at stuff, then like that's entertaining." And it's like, maybe it is, but it's not like, I don't know, like a valuable review in my opinion.
Yeah, I've never taken this road before.
Yeah, and then if you make a left, you'll get back on the 66.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, man. But no, yeah, and that's what it was. I wanted positivity, so
yeah.
In all the reviews, I try to be positive. Some of them I get a little fucking crazy. I won't lie. I get a little out there sometimes. But that's how those reviews came about, and like a lot of people were digging on them, and I was like, all right. Then all of a sudden, I just got people sending me music, just like, "Yo, hey," And I was like,
checked out the Orchid CD.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. I like doing this for people." And what's really dope is like now I'm actually making, I would say, connections with people, saying like, "Oh, hey," and then like. So, like, when we got the Shaggy 2 Dope interview, that was fucking huge.
That was a big one.
I was like, "Oh my God, I am sitting across from Shaggy 2 Dope." You know what I mean? And it was, and now I'm becoming friends with, like, actual artists that I've always looked up to, that I considered superheroes in my entire life. And now I'm like, oh, I'm on a first name basis,
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I think there is, like, a certain deification when you're a kid, and it's like you you listen to these artists, like, I even had that for the longest time, where it's like, you listen to albums, and, like, I think the thing that's important is, like, the music and the art is usually bigger than the people that make them. So, like, you could worship a band and, like, oh, I fucking love, Metallica or whatever, like, whatever band. And then, like, you meet them, and it's like, they're just people. Like, they're not better than you, and you're not better than them. You're all equal. But, like, they made a piece of art that's, like, hugely important to you.
Yeah, and, like with Shaggy, I was so fucking, like, before we even met him, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
oh my God.
you get the jitters.
I get the jitters. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to meet Shaggy too, though. And then Big Daddy was all, it's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Dude, he puts his fucking shoes on one boot at a time like anyone else.
Yeah, and I was like, huh. And I was like, all right. And I kind of just, like, brought myself down, like, he's just a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a normal person.
And they, like, honestly, like, you'll get the best response if you treat him like another human being,
Yeah, and that's what I did. And then, like, what broke the ice, though, like, when I was sitting, like, setting up, because I still got the nerves while he was just standing there.
Did you fart?
No. I was just like,
dude, you fucking stink, dude.
I was like, did you watch Royal Rumble? And he's all, oh, yeah. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
Shit, icebreaker. What you think? And, then we just talked for a little bit. Then after I was like, did you see Star Wars? He's like, and that's what he told me. He's like, oh, yeah, I fucking
Never heard of it.
Last Jedi. He's like, oh, I fucking love that. I was like, oh, right. Sure, Shaggy, sure, He goes, yeah. And then he was like, it was funny, though. I was like, then he got off philosophy. He's like, man, people who fucking hate blah, 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 they hate blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, Last Jedi's bad, so like, that's what I was telling myself. I was like, but I ain't gonna tell Shaggy too, though. Like, he's wrong.
I've had a problem with, like, I'll meet, like, famous people or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know what to say, because it's like, I don't know. I've told people before. It's like, hey, I've met my favorite drummer, like the guy who, like, shaped my sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as the guy who's like, I idolize, like, his performance, and, like, I've met him a couple times, and it's just like, the first time I met him, like, hey, you're like my drum hero. He's like, oh, cool, man, thanks.
Yeah.
And then the second time it's just like, oh, hey, what's up, Chad?
Well, and, like, when I met Stan Lee,
What's up, bitch?
yeah. I walked up and I was like shaking, and he signed my book, and I was like, thank you, Mr. Stanley. And I walked off, and then as soon as I was walking off, he goes, Excelsior. And I'm like, oh!
He said the thing.
And then I walked out, and my wife's like, you were right. Then I just started crying. I'm like, Stanley signed my comic book. And
oh man, I met William Shatner, and he
you met the Shat?
I met the Shat. He did his one-man show in Mesa. And I paid for, like, the VIP thing, so he'll sign a poster for you. And it was just funny. It was kind of surreal hearing him. He's like, hey, Stephen, how's it going?
Yeah.
I was like, fuck me, dude.
Dude, that was John Cena for me. Like, like, I walked up, and we got a picture and whatnot. And he goes, hey, what's your name? I was like, Kyle. Hell, hey, Kyle. I'm like, he knows my name.
John, long time no see, dude. What up?
We're friends now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
come over anymore.
Like, yeah.
My wife's asking about it.
Still calling,
Water under the bridge, dude. Anyway, how are you?
Or I love, like, I've had Mark Hamill like one of my tweets.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So now I'm like, he's my best friend.
Yeah.
We're totally homies.
He's aware of my existence, which means we're best friends.
Yeah, so then, like, Kevin Smith liked one of my tweets once. Just basically, I was blowing him because I was like, oh, Dogma's so good. And then he, like, saw it and he liked it. And I was like, oh, he likes me. He really likes me. But, hopefully one day I could do that for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like when it's like me or whatnot.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But, okay. I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Since we've all known each other, and I'm speaking for the ghost of Phil and Jimbo, for several years, what advice would you have given to your younger self that you wish you had learned sooner?
Just go for it. And, like, your dream in general, just go for it. Like, if I had to go talk to myself, especially when I was young, I still want to be a professional wrestler. I got to live that dream out a little bit for 5 years ago. But if I can go out and tell them, like, yo, there's more out there than on the res. You're
going to be your biggest roadblock.
Yeah, go. Just fucking go. And now with this C+ thing, it's getting bigger, and it started with an idea, and now I was like, fuck, if I would have told myself when I was 20, like, yo, dude, podcasting, do that shit. you know, and just work at it and do these vlogs and reviews, I'd probably be sitting in a different area. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But that would be my one thing. That was like, don't hold back. Just fucking go, and just know that these things are gonna happen, but let them happen.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of truth to that. Just feeling like you'll psych yourself out, and it's like, you know, whatever your interest is, there's probably someone your age who's your peer who's probably already doing it, and it's like there's no shame in asking for help or like
No, there's not.
dipping your toe in, you know.
Yeah, and you know, when we first started, like we didn't know shit. You know, we had the phone, we had the app, and then we did SoundCloud, and it was like, oh, SoundCloud sucks. You know, we gotta pay them.
Yeah.
They should pay us.
Shit, all this content for free.
Yeah, and then then we started learning, and now we're gonna actually apply for an LLC.
Oh, okay.
To make the business actually legit.
Legit.
So, you know, and it's fucking crazy, dude. We got stickers, we got t-shirts. You own a t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and by the way, I was gonna tell you, I was gonna message you because I got mad. I spruced and I got the extra $3 for that soft shirt. That bitch did not fit me whatsoever.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But the material's so nice. You're like,
yeah, I was like
good.
this. I was like, well, Stephan did say you should like spruce for the extra $3 or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it was. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. So I ordered a KMB Mania shirt, and I was so fucking excited. It was like, I finally got my KMB Mania shirt. It came up to here. It was like a 2X. Came up to here, and like my sleeves were up here.
Oh, man.
And I was like, I'm so sad.
They must not like. They got to be designed for like smaller frames.
Yeah.
Are they like, I don't know, just keep the same dimensions but bigger for, I don't know. That sucks. Can you release like return it or anything?
I gave it to my wife.
Okay.
So
Does she like it?
Yeah. So it's kind of hot seeing my wife
Yeah, like, hey,
wear my gear. You know what I mean?
that's my property.
Yeah, like, look at that.
Got my name on it.
KV Mania, baby.
All right. Last one. So since this is the social event, ladies and gentlemen, let's vent about all the ways Flagstaff has gotten worse.
Oh, God.
God, it sucks up here sometimes.
Dude, we've been fighting it for so long, and it's the fucking college, dude. The college is taking over this goddamn town. The college is making rent so fucking high. I pay $11.60 for a 1-bedroom. You know,
That's like what I pay for a 2-bedroom in Old Town Scottsdale.
Yeah. And I could be living like a king if I, you know, but the thing is, I don't want to move down there, like, at all, because it's too fucking hot, and I like it up here, but
I see it as like
Flagstaff is pushing me out. You know what I mean? Like that's the bad thing. Like us regular folk who's working jobs and this and that and minimum wage.
They make it hard for people who like grew up here. Like if you're not already successful by the age of 30, like there's nothing really for you here anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like that's how like all my friends are, who are working 2 jobs and like I fucking hate it, but it's like they can't really afford to leave, or they don't know, like they never really planned on leaving, and then like the city just like is pushing them out.
Yeah, and that's what it is, and that's what's happening to us. And you know, and we were looking at jumping up to 2-bedroom because of my daughter. You know, so she can have her own room, but it's like almost $2,000 for a 2-bedroom, and
God.
it's just like, fuck me, man. Why? You know, and it's the minimum wage going up, and that doesn't fucking help anything. And there we go.
Well, it's like it will and it won't. This is like, obviously I don't want to get in like a political rant. Like I'm not a political scientist, but like I think we can make like logical conclusions here. It's like that is something that will help people who work at like Target, where they should have already been paying their employees more because they can afford to raise that bar.
Oh yeah,
but it does hurt for like local businesses where they're already on a thin margin.
Which my boss is right now. Like my boss owns 6 to 7 stores in his town, and when that minimum wage happened, it kind of fucked him over, you know, and he had to let a few people go and this and that. You know what I mean? Skeleton crew, money, trickle down, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness!" And he's a millionaire. Why is he? I was like, my boss is not a millionaire. He's a small business owner. I see that man work 100 hours a week. He's 24/7, 7 days a week at his job.
It's only like because I work for the same company for a year and some change, and it's like those the husband and wife never take a break except for like in the summer, and they take like 2-3 weeks off. And other than that, like always at work.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's why I've always laughed when people are like, "Oh man, your boss is a millionaire." I'm like, no, he's not. I go,
I can't imagine there are a lot of millionaires that own small businesses in Flagstaff.
Yeah, and that's just so fucking crazy. And I learned from him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to him about business and stuff like that.
He's got a great work ethic. He's smart. Like he was smart with like doing the wholesale thing too on top.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's Flagstaff. Like I said, I love it here, but I also hate it for the fact that it's too goddamn expensive.
Yeah, and it's like I realized the month that I moved to Phoenix, my overall, like, my happiness as a person went up. And it's like, you're not challenged up here. Like, when you're in Phoenix and you're like a guy and you're like, I want to go do stuff. There isn't anything to do here.
Yeah.
This is why everyone drinks. And everyone is like a hardcore alcoholic.
Amen.
So, like, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that's how it is.
Or go to the movies.
It's just like, it's all like enabling because it's like you don't have an option to like do stuff. Everything's like, well, you just go to Phoenix, it's only 2 hours away.
Yeah, but
but what happens when you're at home?
Yeah,
there's nothing to do.
Yeah. And, and that's why I wish this town, this town caters to fucking NAU so fucking bad.
Yeah, or
so
like...
where they ain't going to bring anything in because, NAU's buying up everything around it.
And NAU and... I mean, like, Gore's a pretty big influence, too.
Yeah, but
they're kind of...
They're far out,
They're kind of like the... Yeah, NAU is like Disney. Where they're just, like, overarching. They're just like the conglomerate. Like, it's... Flagstaff is brought to you by Northern Arizona University, and like, Gore is kind of like the equilateral, like high roulette, country club table. Like, you guys got your NAU thing, we got our thing. Not as big, like they're not buying up the same amount of property, but it's like the same amount of like elitism, I would say.
Yeah.
And the weird cult, like, that company's fucking strange. So, if I can rant about that company for a little bit, they love, more than anything, sucking their own dick about how good of a company they are to work for.
Sounds like, well, I was gonna say one out in the line, but I'm still working there. not the gas station job, the other one.
Yeah, they're like, so the first day when you get hired is like your welcome aboard day. And then they're like, it's the whole thing is to indoctrinate you on like, this is how great this company is.
Yeah, look at our dick.
Yeah, like, look how veiny and bulbous this bitch is.
Yeah, that's...
Like, look how, like, tight and virginal your throat is.
I'm gonna say it. Sodexo. Like, that's how Sodexo is, man. They're like, they get those meetings, they pile us together, and like, look at our dick. We're helping you. I'm like, by fucking us with that dick? Like...
Oh, man, yeah. And then, like, the walls are plastered with, like, articles have been written about him in, like, Newsweek or, like, a little blurb. They're like, the top 10 companies to work for is Gore. And they're like, hemorrhaging money. Left and right.
Look at us. Look at us.
And they, like, I mean, it's like, you could write, honestly, a novel about, like, even the echelons that I never got to because I was only there for a year. But what they do is they want to keep the Gore family a Gore family. So you start off as, like, a young guy at the plant with all the young single women or, like, married or whatever. And then eventually you're going to get married, and they're going to move you a couple plants down with like the older generation, and then your kids are going to get hired on at Gore, and they're going to start at the plant that you started at. That's how that company works.
Yeah, I get a lot of them. A lot of them that come through, and they're really nice, but some of them ride that high horse, like, I work at Gore. I'm like...
Dude, yeah, and it's like, you make good money for Flagstaff, but you make average money for, like, any other big city.
Yeah.
Like, I make more now at my job than I did at Gore, and I do like 70% less work. So, whatever, dude.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I got a lunch date to get to.
Yeah, we're gonna wind on down. Hey, calm down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a special social event. I'm finally glad we got you on, sir.
It's been a long time coming.
Been a long time coming. Also, remember, like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum at Walmart. Just share
it with Gorebots. Share it with...
Gorebots, yeah.
Share it with fucking... Go on Shudder and tell everyone about it.
Yeah, tell everybody. Spread the word. C+, the Social Vent Podcast. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja.
And I'm Stephan.
And when in doubt, fuck your couch.